When I heard that you could play Final Fantasy VII Remake on your mobile phone, I had to try it out. So here are my first impressions of playing Final Fantasy VII Remake on my iPhone using the Backbone. Now, I'm actually a broke-ass bitch, so I'm still rocking the iPhone XS Max, which was released approximately 57 years ago. And I believe they recently released the iPhone 138 or something like that. I was excited to try this out, but the very first time I tried it, my wireless connection was not great, so I noticed right away that the graphics were bad, there was a lot of delay, the controller lagged as well, so I had to try again after moving my PS5 much closer to the router in my house. And the results were surprising. What struck me right away was that the graphics looked great. Really great. I was like, wow, this really plays like playing a PS5 game in the palm of your hands. It's a very interesting feeling after playing the whole game using a PS5 controller and on a much bigger screen. But for example, I've been really loving my Switch lately, and for many months I've been exclusively playing it in handheld mode. And I feel that this Backbone experience is really a step in the right direction. The Backbone controller feels fine. Remember, this is a first impressions video. It's going to take some getting used to, and also it's simply not going to feel the same as the PS5 controller. And I actually really love the way the PS5 controller feels in your hand. Obviously, the analog stick for the left hand is not aligned with the right analog stick. The left stick is higher, which is similar to the Switch Joy-Cons. The buttons are significantly smaller, which, I mean, that's just part of the compromise. Let me look at my nifty Excel sheet which compares screen sizes of various devices. Yes. So my iPhone XS Max screen is 6.46 inches diagonally, but Apple states that the actual viewable area is less. The Switch screen size is 6.2 inches, so these screen sizes are comparable. Also, please note that I read that the latest iPhone 14 Plus has a 6.7 inch screen, while both the Switch OLED and the Steam Deck have 7-inch screens. So my PS5 was only a few feet from the router for the purposes of this video. I read that using an Ethernet cable was ideal, but for some reason my phone was not connecting whilst my PS5 was connected with an Ethernet cable, and I didn't want to worry too much about connection settings, so for this video I was using wireless connections, which isn't ideal, but at least everything worked. But what was unfortunate was that despite my PS5 being pretty close to the router and my iPhone being in the same room, I still experienced lag. It would be really cool to be able to play Final Fantasy VII Remake and other games anywhere, but I'm not too encouraged with this prospect after experiencing lag even with being very close to the router. Also, at one point I got a call from a telemarketer and my remote play disconnected, and it took a minute or so to reconnect. If anyone knows how to stop all those notifications or calls when you are using your phone for important duties such as PlayStation Remote Play, please let me know, as I have not been able to figure it out, although I don't believe I've ever looked it up either. Anyhow, here's a summary of my first impressions. The good graphics look great, and it really does feel like playing a PS5 game in handheld mode, and I'm excited at the possibilities and at the future of where this can go. The bad, even with a relatively good wireless scenario, I still experienced lag a few times in a 15-minute period, and my PlayStation remote session got disconnected by a damn telemarketer. I think it will take some more time and more playing for me to be able to fully recommend it or not, but despite the shortcomings, I like the experience so far. What is your experience with the Backbone? Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I plan on making more videos on Final Fantasy VII Remake, Rebirth, and beyond. Stay odd and keep on playing.